Okay, so this is the second video in the lesson series of using ChatGPT to brainstorm ideas and to help you plan your lessons, units, and courses. So in the first video, I used ChatGPT to brainstorm 40 different ideas. And in this one, I'm going to choose one of these ideas and use ChatGPT to further develop and plan the assignment, hopefully. So let's choose one. I was just looking over it for a second. This is all very quick. And I thought that I liked the mock trial. I've never done a mock trial. I'm not sure I'm comfortable doing a mock trial in my class, but this is what brainstorming is all about. So this video is hopefully going to be shorter. So I'm going to not talk as much. And what I'm going to do is simply ask ChatGPT to expand on this idea, give me more information about this idea. Because, like, say I'm not really familiar with mock trials, which I'm not. So I'm going to just simply use a series of prompts and get more information. That's my goal in this next video, in this current video, excuse me, is to show how ChatGPT can further my brainstorming and give me some more ideas, especially on things you're not really familiar with. So again, I'm in the same exact chat that I've been in already, and it remembers everything. So let's just say, I'm going to say, I'm thinking about using the mock trial idea from your first list. And I like to be as clear as possible so it doesn't get confused and we have to clarify things later on. So let's see, mock trial was it's up here. Sorry. Number 9. So from your first list, 9. Can you tell me more about this? Now, I could say, can you clarify? Can you expand on this idea? But let's see. Can you tell me more about this? And hopefully along the way in these videos, I'm going to demonstrate that there are limitations and shortcomings to ChatGPT. Not only does it give you wrong ideas or ideas you don't like, but I might from time to time find myself needing to redo the prompt and say things like, ignore that last thing, please do this instead. All right, but in this idea, it kind of has a cool thing. It's very excited. The mock trial idea from the first list involves having students participate in a debate about whether or not Holden Caulfield should be institutionalized. Here are some possible steps to follow. Already it's skipping over to like steps in an assignment. Roles, cool. Prepare opening statements, research evidence. So there's a number of steps, which is really cool. I didn't know it was going to do this. Okay, I read it pretty quickly, but I want students to use textual evidence, which is, goodness, RL1, RL1, 9 through 10, Common Core. I don't even think I'm typing this right, but I'm going quick. How would they use this standard in this project? Now, again, I could easily, as a teacher, figure that out myself, but I'm just trying to demonstrate what ChatGPT could use in a circumstance in which I'm not sure which standard or how a standard could be used. I don't even think I got the right standard. All right, but using textual evidence, yeah, okay. And I know I use Common Core, but I felt that in my experience that ChatGPT is demonstrated a more intense or more familiarity with Common Core standards than the Massachusetts standards. But maybe that has changed since I've last explored that. But it gives me how it could use it, right? It gives me more ideas. So I went from having a list of ideas to instantly, after just a very quick prompt, having some literal steps for this activity, to clarification of how a certain standard could be used. Now, hopefully you can see how this could be applied in any class, in any way, with any kind of standard, right? And all right, witnesses, there we go. Cool. All right. Now I'm thinking about this immediately, and I'm thinking about class management. So what are some norms that students, I don't care about the spelling error, it understands it either way. What are some norms that students would need to understand in order to respectfully complete such an activity? So again, we're brainstorming standards, ideas, even like norms or requirements. And it has all of these. Look at it. Respect for all participants. You're welcome to pause this video at any time to really read into these, but respect, active listening, evidence-based arguments, constructive criticism, open-mindedness, timeliness, collaboration. It's all there. So it really has a thorough understanding of our needs as a teacher and in the classroom, and it really understands what it's talking about. It's hopefully demonstrating that for you. Okay, so another question, and then we'll end this video before we move to the next step. What was I doing? I have the norms. I have some standards, ideas. I could, of course, continue. I could choose any standard and say, I want to incorporate this standard into this. Let's just do that right now. I want to incorporate, I don't know why I keep using incorporate. I want to incorporate a writing standard into this assignment. Oh yeah. What would that look like? Because we're still brainstorming, right? What would that, the question stems like, what would that look like? Or what are your thoughts? Or what are some ideas? Or do you think this is good or not? These are things that I have asked ChatGPT and gotten really helpful responses for. What would that look like? All right. So again, it tells me how I could incorporate standards into this assignment. So this is kind of developing an idea in far more detail. And so just again, if I was not talking to the screen and just thinking and typing, this could happen in a matter of seconds and in a matter of minutes. It's really, really cool that I go from a list to just, I spent a few seconds typing these 3 additional prompts into 5 prompts, right? And I have all this information that I can go through and think about. And I went from nothing to a lot of cool things about this one possible assignment. And I could do this for a half an hour with 5, 10, 15 of different ideas. And all of a sudden I have a lot of cool things to think about. And I go from maybe panicking that it's late. I have 2 kids. I'm not sleeping. I'm having trouble being creative, to all of these cool ideas. All right. So the final thing is, and I like to do this because it's pretty good at it. What are some pros and cons for this assignment? What are the strengths and drawbacks? Yes, I know I didn't spell it right, but the keys are sticking, and it always understands what you're talking about. Even if you are making some severe errors, it really is good at understanding what you're trying to say. So, because again, if I'm trying to think of something that I've never done before, it's helpful to think of the pros and cons and strengths and drawbacks and however you want to word it. And also, it's always important when planning an assignment to think about what could go wrong or what are some drawbacks that you need to consider while planning. Okay, time-consuming, plan to execute. The potential for divisions or conflicts among students may undermine the assignment's collaborative nature. The assignment may overemphasize argumentation skills at the expense of other important literary skills. That's something I have not thought about. And then even the subjective nature of the assignment may make it difficult to assess in a fair and objective manner. And so we are going to return to that in a later video, because we, in the next video, are going to make this assignment I'm going to go forward for this, use ChatGPT to take all of these ideas and make an assignment, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so to conclude, hopefully, as you're going through these videos, you can see how this process could apply to any of your subjects that you teach, anything you're interested in teaching. You can certainly even use similar stems to modify or expand on projects and ideas you already have in your classroom, assignments you're already doing. And I think, again, it's a great resource for teachers to use that emphasizes or accentuates your expertise and skills that you already possess.